of this arthritis? See, the major, how can a metabolic disorder result in arthritis? This would be a common question. We all know that omega-3 and omega-6 our body should have in the ratio of 1:3. But the kind of food that we have, the kind of food habits that we are following right now make it a ratio of 1:30. So that indicates that we are actually taking a lot of fatty foods. So this is further resulting in deterioration of the bones. It is resulting in fat deposits and deterioration of bones, because omega-3 fatty acid is very essential for controlling the inflammatory condition of our body. Now we have one more, the lifestyle resulting in arthritis. We can trace one more way. That is, we usually tend to eat a lot of acidic foods. Than maintaining our body in an alkaline environment, we tend to eat more acidic foods. So what is the result? The intake of too much of acidic foods will result in resorption of the body. In order to maintain the balance, what body does is it tries to take out the calcium in our bones and give it to the blood. So this way we can the acid content of our body is also resulting in arthritis. Obesity and genetic predisposition are also causes of arthritis. People are getting obese, their body weight is increasing. That gives a lot of stress on our joints. So that ultimately results in injury to the joints. So what happens in an injury? When your body is going through continuous wear and tear, our body is always trying to repair it. The body is trying to repair it, but at times repair becomes very difficult because too much of damage would have happened. So in this state, what happens is that the bone undergoes deformity. The muscles that are surrounding the bones, they also try to adjust or cope up with the situation, and so they also try to change the shape, or they try to remodel it according to the changed bones. And what happens is that this entire change of the bones as well as the muscles, that further aggravates the condition, and as a result the misalignment of the body happens, and this further redirects pain in other areas of the body. In order to understand how naturopathy can be effective in treating arthritis, I think we should know about the basic anatomy of a bone. Let's consider an example of a long bone. The long area, that part is called the shaft, is called as the diaphysis, and the distal end as well as the proximal end is called as the epiphysis. In that diaphysis is the area where it has a hollow medullary cavity, and this cavity is filled with yellow marrow. And then the epiphysis is considered made up of spongy bone. And now there is a small area that divides this epiphysis as well as the diaphysis. So that is called as the metaphysis, which has the epiphyseal plate, which is otherwise called as the growth plate. And it also has the hyaline cartilage, the transparent hyaline cartilage, which is the area where growth happens. But this happens only till 18 to 21 years of age. So what happens after that? This cartilage will be filled with osseous tissue and the bone stops its growth. So this is the basic anatomy, and I would like you to know about the other details as well. See, the diaphysis, that is consisting of the endocytes, that means the inside of the endoosteal region is there, inside of the bone, and there is the outside structure of the bone. Inside structure is having it does all the repair, remodeling and all the things, whereas the external, the compact area is taken care of, or through that region goes the nutrition supplying blood vessels, veins and nerves. So this is the structure of a bone. And now to get into the details, we should know the types of bone cells. There are major 4 types of bone cells. We all know that there is a balancing activity between bone building cells as well as bone resorption cells. The major bone building cells are the osteoblast, and the bone resorption cells are osteoclast. Osteoblasts, as such, they do not divide. but they're coming from, or they originate from, the osteogenic cells, which is actually capable of differentiating, multiplying, and that results into osteoblast. This osteoblast, they do not divide, but what they can do is they can secrete the matrix and the calcium minerals. So the matrix calcifies around the bone, and thus the bone gets calcified and the bone gets stronger. So once the osteoblasts are getting trapped inside the matrix, that is getting converted into the osteocytes, which is again capable of controlling the matrix concentration. So the connective activity of all these four bones, our body is maintaining its structure. So now we know that the bone is capable of remodeling and repair and all these things. So this is where naturopathy comes into action. This is where naturopathy diets provides considerable support for the osteoblasts and the osteogenic cells to divide and to multiply and do all the positive construction of the bone and reduce the production of or reduce the activity of osteoclast, which actually causes bone resorption. And now let's get into the details of the diet part.